What is the difference between how you think about the game and a challenger jungler? What's up everyone, my name is Coach Leo, and if you are someone who wants to improve, if you are someone who wants to climb, if you are someone who wants to get better at jungle, this video is for you. And even though what you're about to watch, we're going to be going over many different topics and many different concepts and fundamentals, even if you can just learn one thing, in early game, in the mid game, you know, how to use your abilities, all of these things add up. So no matter what, you're going to have some insane value from this video. Without further ado, enjoy. What is up everyone? Bringing you a little video today. My goal for this video is to explain my thought process. As you can see in a, Grandmaster Master Tier game, I'm gonna be going through as many fundamentals as I can, whether you're working on, your early game, your mid game, your late game. I'm just going through my entire thought process in this game to show you guys, exactly what I'm thinking and, potentially what fundamentals you may be missing from your gameplay. I'm also going to be talking maybe a little bit about mentality, depending on what happens in this game. If this is, a game where we start to lose or play from behind, you'll be able to learn that. If we are winning, how to snowball, how to close the game out, you'll be able to learn that. But yeah, I'm just going to be telling my exact thought process in this game. So first things first, whenever you load into a game, right, lock in, disable the chat, right, like this, disable, play with streamer mode. All right, so there's no names, you don't know this guy from your last game, whatever. And we're just trying to ask ourselves this question: where can we get a kill? So yeah, big kind of, just always part the bot kind of thing. It's not always going to be like that, but for this game, I am going to be pathing towards bot. At around 1 minute, because I know I'm going to start blue, I'm going to flag this bush, and I'm going to check that Viego is here. And so because I know this now, right, he may still try and Raptor, he may actually still try and Raptor invade me, because he also knows I'm starting blue. So I'm going to just drop a safe vision here. Every game, guys, you should try to use your ward to either cover your other side, get a deep ward into the enemy jungle, or, yeah, just to help kind of track the enemy jungle. And, a big part of early game jungling is just kind of tracking the enemy jungle, tracking his tempo, doing some camp mirroring, right? Knowing when his camps are going to spawn, because when your camps are going to spawn. So, getting that level 1 what is really, really important. The second most important thing in the early game, tempo. And a big part of your tempo is clearing quickly. So whatever you play, I'm just playing Jarvan for the sake of this video because it's going to help my mental stack to not think about too much. But yes, you need to learn how to clear fast. So, look up some guides, look up some clear speed guides, as I just cancel like 100 auto attacks, and just learn how to clear fast. You don't need to be setting world records, but it does all add up, So for example, with Jarvan and with a lot of something happens mid. This is the next thing, reacting to information. I was a little bit distracted, but that's okay. Not sure what ability she has up, so I'm just gonna ping her flash here. And we will continue. Most likely there's a ward on me right now. That's okay. As I was saying before, doing things like this, flagging ahead, right? Flagging ahead of your camp. Okay. Viego shows bot. I was just about to get on to pinging the enemy jungle. So right here, right? I can't even have time to explain because obviously there's lots of things happening in the game. So Viego's ganking bot, and as you can see, I'm just gonna keep hitting camps. I'm gonna keep hitting camps. I'm gonna smite this. Okay, so Viego uses his, he shows himself right here. And he has 11 CS, which means I know exactly what he did. He did his top side camps. And now all these camps are up. And so the reason I didn't immediately get off my camps there is because I'm going to try and use that advantage that, I just gained from him doing this to look for this invade. Now I have to be obviously very careful about Pantheon. I can see my ASOL is sacking a lot here for this play. I know Viego has no flash here. This is a little bit int. We're just going to all in now. Enemy mid, everyone is coming here. So we just kind of have to all in. Fight to the death. He was baiting my thing the entire time, but that's okay. Yeah, I should have held my EQ, but this looks winning anyway, because the Viego is so low. We're just going to go for the guy that's, yeah. I'm going to ping my E here. Get the flash. I still have some tempo here to take something because he's low. His team could obviously come back here and harass me, which is fine. Ooh, hello. We can just hide here for a bit. I still have smite. I'm going to pull it back. I'm going to pull it back. I'm going to pull it back. Maybe he greeds for it. Yes, he does, but we should just get out. Oh, ASOL's coming back, so it looks like a good fight. I'm going to hold my EQ here. Boom! And obviously this is a little bit to do with Champion Master, right? You know, knowing to hold your abilities, knowing when you should or shouldn't. So the game continues here, okay? I can't get too hyped. The game continues here. I gotta think about tempo. So I know here that Viego, because of what he did, because I'm mirroring my camps to him, I know his top camps are obviously up here, right? So, as I quickly figure out what I'm gonna buy. Okay, should have bought a pink too, but, you know. So we know now, Viego's going topside, so I'm gonna send these pings. The way you wanna ping, do you see how I'm pinging here? Ping where he is, ping who's in danger, and ping Viego in the chat here. Maybe my chat's not visible, yeah. Ping Viego in the chat here. Okay, so I am gonna walk past here just to check the crab here, because even though, you know, he should be on it, okay, as I say, hold my abilities, I don't hold my abilities. I have the most insane item advantage in the world though, so I should still win this. I just need to kite this guy. I'm gonna EQ through both of them, because I know my team is here. Try and dodge some abilities. Do I have a shield? No, can't actually use a shield, okay. All right, I played this really bad. Got ahead of myself, it's fine. What's next? Okay, my team cleans up. So what's next? Okay, so because Viego skipped, we still know he's, you know, he's still, ooh, can I buy something? No. Okay, what are my items? Okay, I'll buy like this because I know I'm going to build Tabby this game. So we're just going to clear top to bottom. Now, obviously, Viego could path either side here, right? He could path those top camps, but he could also path those bot side camps here. You obviously, you know, you want to be pathing towards still, you know, where you want to play towards. So I want to play towards bot here. I want to play towards dragon. I know that the enemy bot side has no sums, so we want to play towards bot side. Although in this game, kind of hard to track some, but I think everyone has no sums. My blue's spawning in 15 seconds. I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it because I want to get bot side and I want to have all these camps kind of cycle together. Again, always I'm pulling, no matter what you play Diana, you play whatever it is, Volibear, just E the next camp or pull the next camp. Okay, Pantheon shows top. That's information. We got to use that information immediately. No, the wave is too late. Too late, too late. Too late, sir. So it's okay to listen to people's pings, right? But obviously, you need to really make sure, you know, mentality standpoint, that you're making your own decisions. Too often in my coaching do I see people getting completely mind controlled. We need to use, that was time sensitive because Pantheon's showing top. He could almost be coming bot side now, you know, to contest this drag. So that's the reason why I'm doing this Drake. Now, if I'm thinking about where Viego is, he's probably just finished his Gromp here. I have a little bit of time before the Scuttle spawns. So I'm just going to run in here and check something. Okay, he's not here. Could mean that he's top side. Now, this is a good cheese that you can do when enemies sup and 80 carries split up. We're going to wait here for this little Smolder. Never mind, we're not going to wait here. We're just going to back off. Yeah, let's just back off. So enemy uses a resource, for example, the enemy mid, right? They use a resource, so should we fight that? Down numbers. No, we shouldn't. So we shouldn't fight. We just let our mid get pushed, and now my mid has a move here. Should we make a play here, though? 4 man. 4 man, look, check the wave. Can we dive? Looks like we can. Viego's topside. I do want to look to potentially just chunk. Yeah, so we definitely can dive this now. Go for the guy with no flash. Now I'm tanking. Don't need a flash. Okay, as soon as that play is finished, look at this fundamental. Immediately back ping the other side like this. Okay, I went a little bit overboard here. Immediately basing, immediately pinging, because I make a play on the strong side. Immediately ping the weak side, which is, in this game, top lane. So make sure your weak side doesn't die here. Okay, I may lose this, which is fine. Or maybe I should cancel my recall here. It's okay. No, I shouldn't cancel my recall here because if Viego is here, so I should expect even maybe that Viego is trying to invade me here. No, he's not. So, okay, yeah, he already did blue. Really big mid wave here, okay? So I'm going to make sure I get that because no one else is going to get that. Maybe Zeri goes mid. No, she doesn't. Okay, I'm going to cross immediately. So you can catch waves. Yeah, Zeri, this is a little bit late. You're going to get that cannon? She will. Okay, so that was not worth because I thought my Zeri was going bot, but it's okay. Now, Viego only had blue. He did not have red. So I'm assuming he's pathing like this right now. I'm gonna ping where he is. And again, we're just gonna, you know, be clearing down. Starting from top, clearing down. Check this, what's happening? So the only time I get off my camps here, okay, this is to do with regular tempo and spare tempo. Currently, I'm in my regular tempo because it's my regular time. I have camps alive like this. And in your regular time, you only want to do plays that you deem are 100% kill. So if I went mid right now, I would think, yeah, this is 100% kill, right? If it's not 100% kill, like this ward, for example, or sorry, you know, you wouldn't like, for example, go and clear this ward or go and run into the enemy jungle and like put down some like deep vision when you have camps up. Okay, and then once my camps are all down now, I can go and, you know, kind of use my time a bit more sparingly, right? I can go, you know, yeah, should have been paying attention to this. This is why your mental stack is so important because there's things happening all the time. Let's see, can I bait this? I'm going to not show here. I'm going to not show. He's going to ulti over the wall. Bait him again. I still have ulti here. So I'm going to keep just auto-attacking him until I need to ult. And go crazy. Okay, that was a little bit of an interesting Q, but we got the Smolder at in the end. Okay, now you're always looking at your first spawning camp. So you see how this is 54 seconds. I've got spare time here. Okay, I've got spare time. So if I had Sweeper here, you know, if I had something more to do here, I'm just gonna simply check his camps, check his camps, check his camps. I'm just gonna base. If I had this already spawning and I wasn't sure if his camps were up, I would just instantly base. But this is also what keeping good tempo means. Keeping good tempo is exactly what we're doing here. Every time that this Gromp spawns, we're clearing our weak side camps into the strong side. And then, you know, if we do like Gromp Wolves here and something happens bot side, that's the whole point. We want to be on this bot side as much as we can. That's why we clear the weak side first. Okay, we've got spare time here. Yep, hold my abilities, hold EQ. She's going to root, wait for the root, EQ. If you ever have skill shots, right? That, you know, you want to obviously let Karma's root. So if you're playing Nidalee, spear off the CC. If you're playing whatever you have, use that. Okay, play happening top. So, you know, because I thought that Viego kill was guaranteed and this Ornn kill is guaranteed, this is why I'm going off my camps now. I'm adapting, right? Because I'm paying attention to what's happening. Okay, maybe I'm trolling a little bit here. Oh my goodness, okay, it's fine. My bad, team. Okay, important thing here though. Okay, so I just made that play. Should I now go back for his camps? No, I shouldn't. Even though he probably thinks they're gone. So let's think. If he thinks that, yeah, okay, there he is. That's why you don't want to go back for his camps. Okay? So, you know, it's about how many moves you make. And obviously here, right, when I talk about pinging the enemy jungle, it's hard to predict which side he will go there. So I don't, you know, in those cases, you shouldn't really feel too stressed about like pinging where the enemy jungle is. Okay, so Viego's top. My tempo is a little bit better than his bot side. Is this a guaranteed kill? So you see how now I'm on the strong side. I can do more things like this. For example, I can just be a little more lenient with my time like this to burn a flash or to run into the enemy jungle. Maybe even play off the fact that Pantheon is low now to do this because I've cleared my weak side. That's the whole point. And I can skip on the strong side because it's a little more, you know, it's a little more lenient. Okay, I have ulti here, so I just wait for his abilities. Slam him. Can still fight here, but I need my Zero to walk through. It is fightable. Duke that real quick. Give him the EQ. If he gets the reset, it's pretty bad. Okay, nice. I played a little bit quick. I probably should have EQ'd out, honestly. But that's okay. And now I know what you guys are thinking already. You guys are thinking, oh, this is a high elo game. Everyone's reacting to you. Everyone's reacting to your pings. You know, your team is fully smurfing it. True. Okay, completely true. However, this is not like, no matter what rank you are, you'll know, you know, if you're a Grandmaster player, you'll know in some games, no one will react. If you're a bronze player, I know this because I've done unranked to this kind of thing. And I know that if I ping things, sometimes people will listen or fight. Sometimes people won't listen. What's really important is that you adapt to the situation. So if your team looks like they're coming, if they're pinging on the way, if they're doing these things, then yes, for sure, go for it. If not, then you must adapt, right? If no one, it doesn't look like they're coming. So for example, if I ping like this right now on Drake, and my whole team looks like they're going here, I can adapt to that and be like, okay, good play. If they don't do that, right? Okay, so some of you maybe have a question here about why I went to the top side. I shouldn't have. I was distracted. But if my top camps were up, that is a good play. You should always, again, if you have weak side camps up, even if the dragon is up, you should clear them. Unless, of course, you can run straight to the strong side and, again, get something guaranteed. Okay? Alright, so we're just going to do the Drake here. Is the blue up? I think he's maybe taking it in the bush. Okay, no. Enemy is doing match or trade here. So, in terms of match or trade, can we actually make it to this? Yes, we can. If he had already killed it, right, then we shouldn't try to chase them and try and match them because we wouldn't be able to. I'm going to do something sneaky here, which is actually chase this Viego. Okay, because I want a bigger prize than just the Rift Herald. So even if my team got off Rift Herald here, I want a bigger prize because I'm so strong. And because my team is now, you know, crossed and we have numbers and we killed them when we killed Pantheon, we want to use that fact to now live in the enemy jungle. And now we're going to be talking about a bit about uptime, downtime, okay? So you may have heard me talk about this before, but currently, because my whole team is pressuring things, okay, this guy's basing now, we're pressuring mid tower, we're taking the enemy blue here, right? It is about to be downtime though. So look here, my Zeri's in base. We've done all the jobs we need, right? It is about to be downtime. So this is where you don't want to make another play top. So if your team does anything here, okay, I was distracted. Once again. If your team does something here like this, you know, just let them do it. And just farm your camps. Look, now Karma wants to base. Right, she wants to fight, which is fine. Because this is a guaranteed kill. Should have flashed that. This is where literally you can start to, unless you're just me and you just smurf it, but this is where games are thrown. This is precisely what, okay, this is a bit unnecessary, but it's fine. Kind of thought the Pantheon was going to flash. Anyway, back to what I was saying. That is literally where I just fought right here, is literally where games are thrown in closer games. So a good habit is to, like, you know, again, the Viego, you know, looked like a guaranteed kill. Yeah, this is game. It's kind of just a stomp, whatever. That's where you just need to try and base. In that situation, or sorry, in my case, because I didn't have any gold to base for, that's the case. So look here, look, my entire team is here, right, on the map. Pressuring stuff. Okay, now my Zeri is basing. So you gotta again adapt. A lot of League is about teamwork, but it's a lot about adapting to your team. But at the same time, knowing that if Zeri's in base right now here, we don't want to like go and push this tower or something like that, right? So yeah, my tempo is a little bit weird here, but you don't have to be exactly on, you know, your team. So that base farming there would have been considered downtime. And now we're going to uptime. All right, so that play top maybe would have worked, right? But it's also about habits. It's about, for other games, it's just what I like to call the throw zone. Some people base, some people int. That's how games are lost. Now it's uptime. Okay, my ASL's dead. My team is dead here, right? My team died because they didn't sync up tempo. So as you can see, even in a really winning game, this can happen. Look, my whole team is just doing random stuff, right? Okay, they surrender. Don't get to show you the downtime. But when your team dies there like that, that is where you either just farm your own camps or base. So even though this game was a bit of a stomp, guys, hopefully you guys were able to learn something from it. Thank you for watching. Consider dropping a like, dropping a sub, leaving a comment, and I'll see you guys all in the future videos. Peace.